Hello, this is Kade, and on this video I want to talk about travel times. Now in the background you have myself traveling from Yerston to Crusader in the Origin 600 Explorer, which I got as a loaner. And it will take about 7 minutes to get there. So we have 7 minutes to talk about travel time. Now I think the key here is that before we even get to the point where we are traveling around, of course, in our quantum drives, we are down somewhere, whether it's on a planet, a moon, or a station. You know, you're walking around somewhere. From that place, we need to go to our hangar or our landing zone or whatever, reclaim our ship, get to our ship. If we're on a planet or a moon, we need to, of course, get ourselves out of atmosphere before we can start going into quantum travel. And then, of course, once we arrive on the other side, you reverse the process. To me, it took me a fairly substantial amount of time to get to my ship, then get my ship out of atmosphere before I even got into quantum travel. And the travel times are an issue to certain people. I've been noticing there are people that are like, oh, it all takes way too long to get to places, yada yada yada. I am going to be in an absolute full-on complete disagreement. And the reasoning being is that we are in space. Space is really big. We are also in Star Citizen, a game that says immersion is what matters most to us. So we want immersion. If you take away travel times or vastly reduce travel times, you completely ruin your immersion of the game, especially for a game that takes place in space. And I know that distances in space are pretty much impossible to comprehend for people. Like, we can understand it on a theoretical level, but to actually comprehend just how far distances are in space is really, really difficult. I mean, for reference, like Voyager 2 has, of course, been outside of our solar system, between quotation marks, because it depends where you put the border, and that took it decades. Like, space is enormous, even if you're just within one solar system, which is what we are here. Like, if NASA or Space Blue Origin could make a ship that could travel this fast today, they would, because it would make absolutely every difference imaginable. But they don't. Instead, what we're talking, of course, about here is a game, and traveling in game, and the sense that it gives immersion because things take time. It takes time to get from one place to another. And time is immersion, but it also adds consequence. Say, for example, you're somewhere on a planet lounging around in the bar, and your friends are up there in space doing some stuff, and you're like, nah, I can't be bothered, I'm just gonna sit here in the bar and drink. And then suddenly you get a call from your friends like, we're under attack, help, help, help. Okay, yeah, it's gonna take me probably 30 minutes before I get to you guys, so I don't think that will matter. Consequence: you're not in the right place at the right time, you're probably not gonna get there in time. And this, I think, is very important in a space game, and pretty much in any game, because that means you need to plan ahead, you need to think about what you're doing. That's what I always liked about EVE Online as well. It's like, if you're traveling around, doing some stuff, and say your mining fleet gets attacked or whatever, you're probably not going to get back there in time to help out. Even if you're just like 5-6 systems over, the fight could very well be done before you get back. So, going places, doing things, everything has a inherent risk to it and an inherent consequence to it. And with those things, combined with the fact that it does give you a feeling of immersion when you're just traveling around here in space, I think travel times in Star Citizen, they're actually fairly spot on. Like, it's not too long that it gets really annoying, but they're also not too short that they take away from the things that I just mentioned. Now, I will say one issue that I have right now is that, you're kind of stuck in your piloting seat. Like, if I set a route in my quantum drive, the ship should be able to autopilot that route. Allow me to get out of my seat and, in case of a ship like an Origin series luxury ship, allow me to get to the bar on my ship and have a drink and relax while my ship is doing the flying. Now, of course, you run the risk of maybe you get interdicted out of your quantum travel and you're on the other end of your ship, so you need to run back to your cockpit to, perhaps take over the pilot seat, or you need to man a gun turret. Again, these are consequences, and it's not an instantaneous jump from the bar to being able to fly your ship. No, you need to navigate your ship, you need to go through the doors, you need to get into your seat. All of these things take time. So that means all of these things can have consequences to them if you're not in the right location at the right time. However, like, if you at least allow people to make that choice, traveling around here in quantum speed can be really, really relaxing, I find. And being able to just, walk around on my ship, sit at a bar, lounge around a bit, especially when, playing like with some friends, that could be really interesting and really fun. Being bound always to your captain's chair, not so much from a immersion and also specifically a role-playing perspective. But yeah, those are my thoughts right now on the travel times within Star Citizen. And I really like them. And I really hope CIG will stick to their guns on this and just keep them in there as they are, because I really think that they're really, really spot on. So I hope you found this somewhat informative, interesting, and all of those things, and all the random YouTuber stuff crap that people always talk about. I don't really care. I'd just like to thank you very much for watching and listening to me, and I hope to see you around next time. Goodbye.